Today's video is going to be my top 10 must-play monster taming games. This would be my recommendation for avid fans and gamers who are just now getting into monster taming games. Every game on this list provides its own unique experience and adventure that I felt is worth the recommendation. I would not consider this list to be based on popularity. A good amount of the games listed are not super popular worldwide. The first game that I would recommend is Monster Hunter Stories 2. It's got amazing visuals, an interesting battle system, and the developers did a great job with the world building. My second recommendation is Dragon Quest Monsters The Dark Prince. Longtime fans of this franchise would have likely preferred if I recommended one of the Joker games in the series, but the reason why I'm recommending The Dark Prince is because it's easier to access and play, especially to get started in the franchise. I was quickly able to pick up the mechanics and concept for the game as a fresh new player. My third recommendation might be the only controversial recommendation. I would recommend Temtem, simply because the development studio did do a lot of things correct with this game design, despite how they reacted to criticism from players. My fourth recommendation is a newer game, that is Yowling Mythical Journey. I loved the artwork and I was able to follow along with the story. The game also had an interesting approach to combat. My fifth recommendation is Monster Sanctuary. This game managed to combine multiple genres into one game in a way that led to major success. I think fans of early Metroid and Pokemon would enjoy this game. The number 6 recommendation is Coromon. Coromon is one of my favorite games of all time. The studio that created this game is super professional and they did an amazing job building this masterpiece. The dialogue and story is also really entertaining. My seventh recommendation is Anode Heart. Anode Heart is an indie game that managed to revive the nostalgia of early Digimon games with its own unique universe. My eighth recommendation is Abomination. This monster taming game has implemented a huge focus on being a feature-rich game. Players are able to adjust several of the settings for the game world to fit their individual preferences. My ninth recommendation is Necro Story. This game has a very interesting story with entertaining and humorous dialogue. The design of the battle system is also nothing to be brushed over. I feel like the work the developer put into this game is underappreciated. My 10th recommendation should not come as a surprise for anyone who has seen my last video. I would recommend Evo Creo, a monster taming mobile game that is a lot more than meets the eye. There is a reason so many players were hoping for an Evo Creo 2.
If you enjoyed watching this video, be sure to subscribe and like and share. Find out what happens next time on the OFC.